Hello internet, I'm Jackie Fox, and since I'm skipping Sephiroth, which is going to be, I just picked the most controversial way to begin this video. I'm not going to be able to show you a challenge board for Sephiroth or how to build this, and I want to do this video especially for new players so that you aren't potentially wasting resources. So, let's first talk about getting your unit. Right? So, yes, I picked the one time in game where there is not a unit available on any of the banners, but so you may need up to maybe 42,000 viz just to be safe. Usually it's more like maybe 36 or 38,000, but 42 is pretty safe. You really, in my opinion, you want 52 because there are going to be shard packs in the shop that are going to be, it's not this shop actually. So there's going to be a shop that's roughly the equivalent of this, but for a character, and it's going to have a total of 5 packs of their shards. 40 each, so that's 200 shards there. I could not find a picture of this to save my life. Google, DuckDuckGo, I was searching through R&J videos, but apparently, according to a source on a relatively sketchy website, challenge boards tend to offer 160 shards. Sorry, 140 shards. There is an additional 40 shards usually for limited units for clearing their level 40 hard quest. So that's 160 shards right there. You just bought 200 shards. So now we are at a total of 360. Now if you went maybe all the way to pity and you have a lot of coins, you probably have enough coins to buy all 200 shards in the Mog shop. Another thing that I can't show you because, I can. See this right here? Okay, so those medals are going to trade 10 to 1 for shards. If you go all the way to pity and you don't have to spend the pity coins on the unit like this, you don't have to spend those 2,000 to get it, then you're going to have somewhere in the ballpark of around 200 coins at most. If you get really lucky, you won't actually get a lot of coins, but you'll also save a lot of viz, and I think that's better anyways. So that might make things just a little bit harder to do quickly, but at this point, we now only need 40 more of the character's medals in order to get them to level 99. So, have I bought any of yours? No. I'm going to do some math here. So, we have 20 shards at 1. And then the next 20 shards are going to be at 2. And then the next are going to be at 3. Boy, I can't type. I could do this faster in my head, swear to God. The next 20 are going to be costing 4. And then if you really want to go ham and you have a lot of soul medals, you can get them at 5. Then they're going to go all the way up to 10. So, if you want to get that 100 shards like that, I encourage you to do it before collecting the rewards on their challenge board, and I'll explain. And it's because once you have the first 600 shards, the character will disappear from the Soul Star shop. So you want to cash in the Soul Stars way earlier than getting everything and getting them to 99. Because that's going to save you ultimately soul medals down the line. So at this point, let's see, we had 560 shards and then we got, let's say we didn't do all 200, right? Let's say that instead of doing that last 100, we only spent 200 soul stars. So we got 80 shards. That puts us over by 40, which will give us 40 soul medals, which will help this next part out. So in the soul medal shop, you're going to switch over. At this point, we need 360 to get them to level 120. These are going to start at 5 apiece. And they're going to give you a potential of 50 per level. And this is also going to go up 1 as well. So, if you want to get the maximum amount that I think is reasonable, because you're going to hit 10 here as well, and I think it's just not worth it to spend 10 of this resources on a unit, you're going to be getting another 250 this way. We already had 40 extra, so we're now at 290. We now need 110 more shards in order to get ourselves all the way to 120. And of course we're going to we will want to 140 the unit as well. And we're going to get into that too. Not very far, but I think if you can at least get them to 140 the first time, that's kind of where we're going to be. So we need another 110 shards. For the week that they first come out, you will be able to spend 10 million gil a day to get 10 of their shards. That's going to be 70 of these shards. And so that's going to leave you with another 40 that you need. So what you'll want to do for that additional 40 is to collect the login bonuses, which I want to say is like 70 or 80. I forget how they do it for limited units, but this should be enough to put you over the line by at least, let's say at least 20 extra shards. So now you have them at 120 and you have additional resources that you're putting into 140ing them the first time. So without talking about everything else about that system, just the shards and how you get those. That means that if we went over by 20, we need another 100. So, few options that you're going to want to do. If this is a limited unit, because what I'm said so far more or less applies to all units, although I think you don't get the bonus 40 shards for the hard quest with non-limited units. If it is a non-limited unit though, you can put them in here and get 2 of their shards per day. Also, if you haven't done this before, full clear them, you'll get checkboxes and you can just do them all at once. It's pretty great. For limited units, you are obviously a bit more limited, and especially for newer players who don't get the pace of this game in limited units, you're going to have a deceptively large amount of time on the banner to kind of do things, and you have a deceptively far amount to go pretty much at all times. It's kind of the way that the system is built. It kind of increases a little bit exponentially, sort of. Not exponentially, but it does increase